masquerading as Mohammed,
who believed, said, "O my people, follow me. I will lead you to the right path, Islam. This life is nothing but enjoyment. It is the hereafter that is the abode to settle. Whether man or woman, a believer is such as will enter the garden of bliss. Therein they will have abundance. And, O my people, how strange it is for me to call you to deliverance, while you call me to the hell fire."
Mohammed tipped his hand again. The
right path, garden of bliss,
and
hell fire
were his most notorious themes, his signature.
Quran 40:42. You call me to blaspheme against Allah, and to associate partners with him, whom I have no knowledge.
This unknown partnership argument is nonsense played in Egypt. Their gods were exceedingly well known, and they were unabashedly numerous.
Without doubt you do call me to one who is not fit to be called to. The transgressors will be the inmates of the hell fire.
The great unnamed masquerader wasn't finished exposing his real identity, or his purpose.
Quran 40:44. Soon you will remember what I say to you now. My own affair I commit to Allah, for Allah ever watches over his slaves. Then Allah saved him from every ill that they plotted against him, but the brunt of the penalty, the evil doom, encompassed on all sides of Pharaoh's folk.
During this whole long-winded speech, the unnamed Muslim never uttered the words for which Moses had been sent. Let my people go. And that's because Muhammad's recreation of the saga between Moses and Pharaoh was designed to liberate Allah's prophet from criticism, not Jews from bondage. With every word sounding like Muhammad in Mecca, the perversion of Moses in Egypt continued, this time with a recap of Allah's favorite subject.
Quran 40:46. In front of the fire will they be brought and exposed morning and evening, and the sentence will be, cast the people of Pharaoh into the severest torment, the most awful doom. Behold, they will argue noisily with each other while they wrangle in the hell fire. The weak ones who followed will say to those who had been arrogant, But we followed you. Can you then take on yourselves from us some share of the fire? The arrogant will say, We are all in this fire. Truly Allah has judged between slaves.
Even with a change of scenery and exposure to the dominant culture of the day, Allah remains mired in the inferno of the Arabian desert. This Quranic charade is speaking on behalf of a religion that wouldn't be conceived for nearly 20 centuries.
Quran 40:49. Those in the fire will say to the guards and keepers of hell, Pray to your Lord to lighten the torment for a day. They will say, Did there not come to you your messengers with clear signs? They will say, Yes. Then pray as you like, but the prayer of the disbelievers is futile and will go unanswered. They will present their excuses, but they will only have the curse and the home of misery.
The tirade ends by revealing the source from which the raw material was stolen.
Quran 40:53. We showed Moses the guidance and caused the children of Israel to inherit the scripture book, the Torah.
The 40th surah is too long to cover start to finish. But before we say goodbye to
the Forgiver,
consider this.
Quran 40:70. Those who deny the book and what we have sent down with our apostles will soon come to have iron collars and chains around their necks. They will be dragged through the boiling water and then thrust into the fire to be burnt.
We have changed gods, but it wasn't an improvement. Imagine for a moment that you're Ibn Ishaq. You're in Baghdad 130 years, or about 5 generations, after Muhammad brought these disasters upon himself. A caliph waltzes in and orders you to write the Islamic gospel, the life of the Prophet Muhammad. But all you have to work with are oral reports called hadith, handed down father to son over the vast chasm of time. You put quill to paper, but your hand shakes. With every word you destroy, demonize actually, the man responsible for the political dogma under which you toil. His scriptures are as twisted and dark as his life. So what do you do? To his credit, I think Ishak wrote down what he was told. If a hadith explained an otherwise incomprehensible Quran surah, if it explained otherwise unjustifiable rituals, if it explained the change in the nature of Arabs that led to their bloodthirsty conquests, it made its way into his surah. So this lone scribe established Islam literally. Ishak is responsible for virtually everything Muslims know about Muhammad, his God, his scripture, and his religion. And it isn't good.